Android has always had one significant positive over the competition, and that's the fact that it gives users the choice between low pricing or high pricing, premium phones, less than premium phones, complete UI and UX customization. And of course, Android is fully attainable. You're not locking yourself down to one particular ecosystem, which is a big deal to a lot of people. And that is where the new N30 comes into play. This is the Android phone if you want to look at, if you're looking to save money, but also get that premium experience at the same time. Shout out to NUU for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. Let's jump into my review. Starting out with the specs, let's talk about the display, which was actually a really nice surprise. First of all, we've got a 6.6 inch 1600 by 720 display, as well as, get this, a 90 hertz refresh rate. 90 hertz refresh rate. That's a big deal, especially considering when a certain other company just introduced their new flagship phones, and those phones, for whatever reason, still start out at 60 hertz. But no, guys, with the new N30, 90 hertz right out of the box. That's a big deal. Props. We've also got an octa-core processor, which is actually configurable up to 2.0 gigahertz, 128 gigabytes of standard storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM, a front camera with a resolution of 8 megapixels. Not too bad, not the greatest on the block, but you know what? I mean, it's fine enough for a selfie cam. A rear camera with a 50 megapixel resolution plus a macro camera with a resolution of 2 megapixels, which again, much like the front facing camera, is not going to blow your mind. But hey, the fact that there is a macro lens to begin with, that's pretty cool. A 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And guys, I'll be honest, I let this phone sit around for a few days in my office without charging it. I went to pick it up yesterday and it was still going. It was still going. So yeah, I mean, the battery life on this phone is quite impressive. You do get dual SIM support, which doesn't really mean anything to me, but hey, if it means something to you, more power to you. And finally, last but not least, this is running Android 14 out of the box. Okay, so as with any Android phone out there, there is a lot to talk about. Everybody's experience is going to vary, whether you're into photography, shooting videos, maybe even watching videos on YouTube, taking notes, using it as a journaling device or whatever. Everybody's phone experience is different. So for my review, I'm just going to jump into some random impressions, some random pros and cons that I picked up on along the way. Let's go. First of all, I was quite impressed with the phone's lack of weight. I mean, this thing is incredibly light, like a croissant. And guys, that's despite its very premium feeling. Like, it does actually feel like a premium phone. And by the way, that's even with the case included. And yes, I did not mention that yet, but guys, I'm going to mention it right now. This actually includes a case in the box. I thought that was really cool. And if you look at it closely, it's a nice, soft, transparent case, if you will, which me personally, I'm a big fan of. I've just always loved transparent, soft, bendable cases. But then again, I'm a simple guy. The purple finish is really nice, and that's a big deal coming from me because I'm typically a space gray or a silver or a white kind of guy. But yeah, I mean, this is purple by default. This, in my opinion, looks really good, especially in daylight. Look at that purple. Ooh, baby, looks good, doesn't it? Okay, fine. Relax, David, relax. I know it's just a color. You're going to put a case on your phone anyway. But I will say the fact that this includes a clear case does allow you to show off the purple beauty right out of the box. And I like that. Using Android 14 for me has been a nice breath of fresh air. I'm not going to lie to you. I am an iPhone user. I'm using the iPhone 16 Pro Max to actually record this video right now. And no, I'm not going to take that out of the video because I'm an honest and transparent guy with you. But with that said, guys, and I've said this for many, many years, Android is completely customizable, unlike iOS to an extent. You can completely change the skin of your phone, the icons, the UI and UX. Overall customization is just insane. If you like customizing your phone, Android is the way to go for that. No questions asked. And yes, of course, this complete customization experience does apply to the new N30. One awesome surprise, and I already mentioned this, but I have to say it again, is the 90 hertz display. I honestly was not expecting a 90 hertz display out of the box, especially for a phone like this. Like 90 hertz, guys, me personally, I just cannot use a 60 hertz display, especially when it comes to it being a touchscreen. You're always gonna get that little bit of lag behind what you're actually doing on the screen. And me personally, it drives me crazy. Yes, it's not a big deal to a lot of people, but to me, guys, I'm a display freak. I care about this sort of thing. So 90 hertz for me is the bare minimum. And I'm happy to say that the 90 hertz display on this is actually quite smooth. Okay, so let's talk about the cameras because the cameras are usually one of the biggest reasons why you buy a phone to begin with. So I'll be straight up honest with you. The cameras on this phone are not going to blow you away, but keep in mind, this is more of a budget-friendly premium phone, so you get what you pay for, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The photos actually looked really good. They looked better than I thought they would look, and the videos aren't that bad either. So, check out some examples. This is a test recording using the NUU N30. So this is the 1x lens while I'm walking. A little motion test as well as audio. How does it sound? And now we also have a 2x lens. So let me go over here for 1 second and we'll zoom in on this house that was newly built. Not bad, right? Not bad. And going back to 1x. And now looking at my house. Exposure test, going to the sky, back down to these very dead looking trees and bushes, down to the grass, and back up to the sky quickly. Overall exposure adjustment seems to be pretty quick. Okay, so what's really interesting about the NUU N30 is that they heavily market the fact that this uses AI on the cameras to actually determine what you're seeing through the camera. So for example, the phone will actually sense up to 12 different scenario types or scenes. From pet photos to landscape photos, this phone's got you covered. It's always going to do the best it can for you, the user, without you having to do much work. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even mention this before, but we've got a headphones jack, guys. Yes, a headphones jack in 2024. To me personally, that's not a big deal. I'm a wireless guy these days. But hey, I know for a fact there are thousands upon thousands of users out there who still use wired headphones. So I've got good news for you. The headphones jack is here. It's usable. It's working. And enjoy it. Guys, overall, all in all, I gotta say the NUU N30 is a good phone for what you get. The cameras are not bad at all. The display, again, 90 hertz. And finally, we cannot forget, this is an Android phone, which means you can customize it from top to bottom the way you truly want it. Again, from icons to skins to sound effects, you can customize this thing any way you like. And well, there you have it. That is my review of the NUU N30. Overall, a solid phone for what you get. I don't have any major complaints. I mean, this does exactly what it advertises. You know, it's a premium phone, but for a good price. The 90 hertz display. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even mention, there is a screen protector installed by default. So this thing is not going to scratch. It's nice and rugged. NUU, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much. If you have any questions about this phone, let me know, because as I said in the beginning of this video, everybody's experience is going to vary. Some people use their phones as cameras. Some people use their phones for productivity or whatever. You know, like, let me know what you want to know about this phone right below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to help. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon.